Inside my brain, I will scream, I'm loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. Oh boy, I can see already somebody waving. This is a power pack Zoom call, a webinar, a podcast that we're going to have today. Welcome to Mindset. Qminds we have here. And of course, oh my goodness, when I was told to co host today, my excitement is to the roof. Like, look at that. Everybody's coming in. We're still having people joining, and we're very, very excited today. This is going to be a beautiful day, guys. You will be given a big treat today, something that will you will learn a lot. And of course, being the co-host for you, for everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, on all the people all around the world, because this is open to everybody, and I'm super, super excited to be part of this. And of course, I have the privilege. Oh my goodness. I got the privilege to introduce our host of the day, the greatest person that I've really met when it comes to understanding the mind, the Q minds that we have here. And of course, we are learning a lot, learning every single day. And without further ado, let me just introduce to you, guy, who this person is. And of course, this person really is what you call as the wise man. I would say he's the wise man, with calmness, with so much love and so much spiritual love that can share to all of us. And I'm so grateful to share this platform with him. You know, he brings a lot of a combination of successful business experience over, I think, even over 36 years, right? So much experience when it comes to discipline, leadership, and really with a good heart. Super, super humble. And I'm so happy that I knew him. I've learned from him. And he owns a lot of several very successful businessmen that, when you are surrounded with this type of people, this is where you want to be. He manages plenty. Because of that success, I'm building several companies around him. I would say he's got so much experience that he can share to us. And that's the reason why we are here. So, what I really appreciate about Maher, who is our speaker for today, um, he speaks out from the heart, really, and from the experience. When you have that experience, that wisdom, it's so easy to share it, and you become so genuine in expressing the desire to inspire people and really help a lot of people, including myself, right? And today, I am just so happy. Get your pen and paper, listen closely, and guess what? We are super excited. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce the man of the hour, Maher Awad.
Thank you, Dr. K. You're an amazing woman. And so let me hand it back to Dr. K before I remove her spotlight because and she's a doctor of medicine specializing in obstetrics and gynecology surgery. Okay. This lady has been married for over 36 years to Dr. Jet Li, who's on the call as well. He's an anesthesiologist. She's retired now. I would have to say thanks to QBN and the platform we provided. Her husband is now retiring. But she's such a warm woman at heart. She's such a blessing to have, inspiration to all of us all, and our very first director at our platform, QBN. Thank you so much, Dr. K, for being my co-host today. And you know what? I'm just going to keep you on the spotlight because we're doing this together. And
Yeah.
so I'd like to wow, we have 75 people on this call. I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to this Mindset Matters week 2. And we just keep growing and growing and changing people's lives, changing, today's topic is a very special topic to me. It's building unshakable confidence. And why is it so special to me? Because believe it or not, as a child, I was an extremely shy child. Didn't have very many friends, kind of loner, and how many of you can relate with that? We're just quiet and just kind of sometimes felt like a not not part of the groups, not part of the cool groups, and that's how I grew up. So what does this tell us? That you're not born with confidence, correct?
Yeah.
Confidence is
Yeah.
built, and it's built. It's built over time. It's built with discipline. It's built with success. And today we're going to talk about some key things that each and every one of you can build to continue increasing your confidence in whatever you do in life, whether it's personal or on the professional side. Uh, Dr. K, I want to, since this is kind of interaction, both you and I, uh, what are some of your thoughts on confidence? I mean, have you always been a confidence person? Because you talk to anybody. You're not shy. You're just so friendly and always talk. So maybe you could share a little bit insight on some of the things that you do to either overcome confidence or share some of your experiences.
Oh, Amar, you know what? Confidence really is like built. I really agree on that. You really build it, and it becomes even more better as you understand and experience everything in life. And I like what you said that you were not born with confidence. That's really true because you first understand little by little. We learn, we practice, and of course there should be discipline, and of course a lot of this at the end of the day, when you have confidence, the question is, it is shakable or unshakable, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Dr. K, there's something that I do every day, and everyone on this call knows this, and that's I do affirmations every morning. And I would like for everybody on this call to participate with me. Okay. So do these affirmations with me. It's going to help you stand taller, speak truth, and step fully into the power. Okay. Let's do these affirmations together. If you're not driving and you're not too busy, I want you to put your hand on your heart and say it with conviction. Put your hand over your heart and repeat after me now. I believe in myself and I trust my path.
I believe in myself and
Yes.
trust my
I
path.
am confident, capable, and calm under pressure.
I'm confident and capable and calm
Yes.
under pressure.
I
Wow.
release fear and take action with courage.
I release fear and take action and courage.
My voice matters,
My voice
and my
matters.
presence makes an impact.
My presence will make or makes impact.
I am becoming the most powerful version of myself.
I'm becoming the most powerful version of myself.
Absolutely.
Woo!
Beautiful affirmations. So these affirmations, and you can make it your own. But we talked on a one session about the power of your subconscious. And so telling yourself things over and over again. And so we had one session that was a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. We've had sessions about your conscious mind versus your subconscious mind. We know that your conscious mind can actually tell if something is true or not true, but your subconscious mind does not care. It doesn't care if what you're saying is true or not true. So whatever you tell yourself every day is being registered in your subconscious and will eventually become reality. So practice these affirmations day after day and watch the difference after 21 days. You're going to see the difference in becoming a more confident person. So, you don't become confident by just thinking positive. You become confident by doing things that are hard, yes or no.
Yeah, yeah,
Doing
yeah.
things that you're afraid of. Watching yourself not quit. That's what creates confidence. Most people think that confidence is a mindset. You know, to some point it is, but in reality, it's not. You can write journals, you can visualize, you can even do these affirmations. But if you keep backing down from things that are hard, things that you're scared of, things that are fear, then your subconscious will take over and know that you're scared because that voice in the head, didn't change. Okay. So it changed when you gave it proof that you're no longer afraid. We had a session about overcoming fear and procrastination. So all of these things that we're talking about is what starts to build the confidence. And so, is there anything that maybe you were afraid of in the past, Dr. K, that you overcame that helped you, build your confidence?
Oh yes, a lot. From the very start, a lot of times when you still don't know who you are, growing up, like the identity of who you are is really difficult as you grow up. But once you get in there, you build your confidence and start learning what you really want in life. And the way I believe on myself right now is so much different when I was just beginning, right? Even trying to become a doctor. Oh, no confidence from this day one. Why? Because I have no knowledge. My mom has always told me your confidence will come out if you start believing self first on yourself, to love yourself first and prioritize yourself first. Just from the time you wake up and open your eyes and you know you're awake, you start from there, just like what Maher is saying. And small steps. When you want to build it from the very, very start, you don't go big time right away, right? So a lot of people, which I really want to figure out, is this: when you hit that level that you have that confidence, it means you've put some discipline in your life already. You've started the small steps and you've built it up, and that's why it's coming out on you. And what I'm looking right now in what's happening around the world, Maher, is people are oozing with confidence, but how
Yes.
come there's always a setback? You're oozing. Like, what's lacking? There's a
Uh,
lot, right?
yes, yes. And so, in regards to that is, you know, a lot of people are sometimes intimidated by people of power, people of position, people of money. Let me tell every single person in this room, everyone is just as human as you are. Remember that people that you perceive as cool or special or rich or wealthy or president or this and that or whatever it is, everyone has their own problems. They have their own insecurities. They have their struggles and doubt. Don't think that they're cooler or better than you. Focus on yourself and compare with yourself. Okay.
Maher, that is really what you say, love yourself, right? And
Yes.
by the way,
Yes.
if you can just activate the chat room, because I think a lot of people would like to join us in the chat. Guys,
Sure. 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 If you guys have,
you guys, if
any comments or
the
questions,
chat room is
concerns, or anything to
available
say,
for them. Okay, affirmation they said, but really start with something small. If you can't really do it, don't be afraid. Mahar, I have this something in my practice. Like, oh, I get intimidated. That's the truth. Uh, when I see people that's really great, and or I don't know the topic, oh, the intimidation is there. You have confidence, but you don't know what to do, and you don't want to say. But my mom always reminds me, you know, when you want to deliver something or you want to ask something, always do it, because you will miss the 50% of chance
yeah.
of knowing what is right and wrong. So if you didn't do it, you lost the chance. But if you tried, it doesn't mean that you're right, but at least you got that 50%.
Yes, absolutely. And here's I want to add on to what I was saying earlier. 100% agree with everything you're saying. And so to continue, I don't think you give yourself enough credit. So everyone on this call, stop being so hard on yourself. Okay? Remember all the good things that you've accomplished. Remember how far you've come. You know, maybe you haven't reached your goal, but you're on that journey. So, like you said earlier, Dr. K, those small wins, celebrate them. You're doing great. So give yourself credit. Remind yourself that more often. Next, put yourself in some uncomfortable situations deliberately. This was something, I read a book about this years ago, and talking to strangers. One thing that book encouraged me to do, and I don't remember the name of the book, was go to a stranger today and just have a quick. It doesn't even have to be a conversation. It could just be a hello. Step out of that comfort zone. Go to any stranger at a coffee shop, at a restaurant, and look at somebody and just say hello. Okay. So these are little actions that people can take and start building their confidence. Put yourself in uncomfortable positions. This is one of the best ways to overcome shyness and facing fear. This actually is one of the best solutions to insecurity, facing it, overcoming it. Join a club. Put yourself out there. Uncomfortable situations will turn into comfortable situations soon enough. Okay. Uh, Next, and this is something that I learned from my dad, actually. Get in shape and dress well. The dress well part. The getting in shape was my kung fu teacher and my mindset. So get in shape and dress well. So start working out, you don't have to buy the most expensive clothes out there. There's a lot of, stores out there that have nice clothes. And so the way you dress helps build confidence. It's a simple way to boost your confidence is to just look good. Your hygiene, take care of yourself. These are great ways to start building your own confidence. Okay. Allow yourself to make mistakes. You know, as cheesy as this sounds, Rome wasn't built in a day. You're allowed to make mistakes. So this is how we learn and grow as humans. Two more things I want to add, and then I'm going to let Dr. K chime in, is less planning and more action. And this goes back to the affirmation. So the affirmations is just one small step. Telling yourself this is fine. Registering it in your self-conscious is fine, but take action. Okay. Too much planning can lead to overthinking and then eventually anxiety. So take action instead. So also, the more often you actually do something, the more you'll have positive effect on your mental health and confidence. And finally, on this topic, and then we're going to move on to other section. I have a little a flyer that I want to share with you guys. Believe in yourself. Okay, believing in yourself. You can trick your brain into believing in yourself. Say I'm confident 10 times a day before you go to bed and when you wake up in the morning, but say it with conviction and confidence. Again, we talk about registering this into your subconscious. And what are some things you, Dr. K? I mean, you're one of the most confident people that I know. And any insight on maybe some practices or some things people can do to start helping building their confidence?
You know what I really want to say? If you feel like you're intimidated, because that's where everybody's like struggling, right? You have the confidence, but how come you're intimidated? You know the first thing I do, Maher? I smile.
Yes,
I
yes.
just smile. And
You're always smiling.
if I don't know the topic and they're talking, I smile more. Because if I cannot speak it out on my heart or what I can deliver, start smiling. It makes a difference, right? And
Absolutely.
it's also important to really those small steps that you're beginning to get in to make you more confident. You practice it, right? You practice it and promise yourself that you can do it. Promise yourself because nothing is perfect. You can be shakeable today, unshakable tomorrow, unshakable at the moment, or shakeable at the moment,
Yeah,
right? So believe in
absolutely.
yourself. Small steps, it makes a difference.
Awesome. So let me share my screen with everybody. You guys can see this. Give me a thumbs up.
Yeah. No screen yet. Okay, there you go.
Awesome. All right. So, 7 habits that build silent confidence. So, let's talk about each of these. Maintain steady eye contact when you're speaking. How many of us are talking to somebody and look away a lot or look down? Eye contact. I tell my kids when they were little that look at me in the eyes. That, you start with your children, you start building that eye contact. So when you have that eye contact with individuals, that's an amazing habit to start building your confidence. Okay. Listen carefully before you respond. I learned this one years ago. I'm a better listener than I am a speaker. I love to listen, and I listen carefully. Number three, stay calm under stressful situations. We talked about the amygdala effect, correct? How the when you get that high blood pressure and that emotion and that rage and anger, your reasoning and your logic part of your brain kicks in. So this is where staying calm keeps stressful situations under control, right? So taking that deep breath and not overreacting. So unfortunately, we live in a society where you might get insulted. Somebody might not say the right thing. They're not going to be too nice. You're standing in line, somebody says the wrong thing. So don't react instantly to insults. And this is something that I think many of us in today's society and world can work on is don't react instantly to insults. Very powerful one there, number four. Pause before answering. Okay. Your silence shows control. So when if somebody yells at you, if somebody's coming at you, or somebody's aggressive or doesn't like what happened, or you're in a business meeting and people are aggressive, think, pause, because remember, words can't be taken back. Yes or no. So it's very important to pause and think. Sometimes there's situations that I've encountered, Dr. K, that I don't even have a response because I need to think about what was just said. And I'll
Mm-hmm.
just say, you know what? Let me get back with you on that. So sometimes not saying anything might be the right thing. So again, pausing before answering shows a lot of control. Walk with strong posture and confidence. So shoulders back, right? We've all heard this. Shoulders back, the way you walk, your pace, your eye contact, all this helps to build confidence. Whether you know it or not, these habits, yeah, everybody take a screenshot of this because these are amazing habits that you could apply to yourself every single day. And this last one is a big one for me. Okay. This last one is one of the one that I really use when I speak on stage, when I speak anywhere, whether it's in a one-on-one situation in a small group or in front of thousands of people, is speak slowly and clearly. Calm people never rush. Okay. The rushing are signs of uh, intimidation, of intense, of lack of confidence. So when you speak slowly and clearly. Calm people never rush. So true strength is quiet, controlled, and disciplined. So I put the slide together this morning, and I wanted to share with you guys. All righty. So any comments on any of those topics, Dr. K? Those
Wow,
ones that
that's
stand out
amazing.
for you?
That's really amazing, Maher. Those mindset on how to really build yourself is very, very important. And I truly understand the meaning of uh, um, confidence is not an inherited trait. So this is who you are now. Whoever you are today is what you've built in yourself yesterday, right?
Yes.
Yesterday. And you built that skill through the years and you try to use your confidence. This is the what I really wanted to share today is if you've got that confidence already, confidence is like the sun behind the clouds. Because sometimes setbacks happen and you don't know that you have confidence, but the setback is pulling you down. What do you do? What do you really do on that part, Maher? I just want to ask you if you have all the confidence, you're oozing with confidence. What makes what is the reasons why, in spite of being confident, you got setbacks and like you, it's hard to be you're not yet successful and still you know you have confidence. Is there something you can advise on those uh, why people can't even move forward and setbacks are coming in spite of their confidence?
So that's a great point because there's a lot of us here that own businesses or are employees and uh, whatever it is that you do, we've failed in our life. We've had failures in goals. We haven't achieved goals. We set goals down and we haven't achieved them. I've started businesses at a young age that have failed. Um, but the thing is, we say this all the time, Dr. K, is we win and we learn. So those failures are learning experiences. And something that has helped me build my confidence is when I set my mind to something, I almost become obsessed with it. And now we can use last week we talked about my goal about doing my push-up challenge. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
When I started it March 1st during Ramadan of last year. And I became almost overly obsessed with it where I just started doing push-ups every single day. I went from 50 to 100 to 200 a day and I became really good at it and I noticed my body transforming and being able to see my biceps and triceps and being cut that built confidence. You know my business, when I dedicate time in building businesses, and let's talk about QBN or any of my traditional businesses, when I focus and I build those businesses, um, that started helping me be more confident as my businesses started showing sign of profitability and success. I have a very good friend of mine that's on this call. He's like my younger brother, Julio Reyes. I know you're on this call because I saw you. I saw your name pop up. He took on a new role, a new position, managing people. And there were some people that were older than him. It was a new industry for him. And we had a great conversation about building confidence. And man, you should see his videos now. This was last year. The guy is a rock star. Julio, I'm so proud of where you've accomplished because you didn't back down. You did your research. You learned. Whatever it is that you build a skill. Last year I learned Italian, so now I can pretty much say I speak four languages. That builds confidence. So learning a new skill, no matter what age you are. I'm 58 years old and I decided to learn another language. Age is just a number, right, Dr. K?
Yes.
Start learning a new skill. I know how to trade Forex. How many of you guys can say that? I learned how to trade Forex in the Forex market. The most, diverse $5 trillion a day are traded in the Forex market, more than the stock market and cryptocurrency combined. And so when you start building skills, when you start learning skills, when you start focusing on yourself, when you start exercising, eating right, dressing right, all of that builds confidence. And thank you for your comment, Dr. K, because, Dr. K, I don't like to talk about religion and politics usually. Those are very sensitive subjects. But whatever religion you are, whatever religion you are, and whether you're Buddhist or Hindu or Catholic or Muslim, and I'm just going to use myself for example. There's only one thing in this world that I fear, and that's God. I'm a God-fearing person.
Amen.
And that is the only fear that I have and that's a beautiful fear. And it's not a fear it's a fear of trying to do better, trying to become a better person, trying to help others. It's me trying to become a better person so he's pleased with me. And so that is the only thing that keeps me in check. Everything else is done with pure and complete confidence. Remember everything we spoke about today. Remember about the eye contact. Remember about walking with confidence. Remember about taking care of yourself, about dressing right, about eating right and being healthy. And remember those points. Remember the affirmations we spoke about today. Okay. And so, Dr. K, as we're starting to get close to the 30-minute mark and we have a few minutes left, any last minute comments or closing statements that you want to add?
Yeah, I really want to add from that, Maher. Of course, just want to emphasize that too. I pray a lot. Like I almost like a prayer that begs to like almost like begging God that to have everybody give that success. Oh, especially from family to our QBN members to the corporate to the founders. Being a director in QBN has built even more confidence as an entirety. But I really want to emphasize something like we all have our skills. We have all of our setbacks, as I heard from you, right? But you wanted to become successful, and those setbacks actually are the reason why you are successful. Your confidence plus setbacks. Can you just imagine how you become? We all have that. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're big or small. That setback is the one that is going to build your confidence in reality because you learn from those setbacks. So
Yes.
I
Yes.
say confidence really is the sun. It's like a sun behind the clouds. The cloud could be a setback, but the sun will keep on shining because you've already built that inside you. It will never disappear. The only question is, will you be shakable or unshakable? The only question is, are you going to use your confidence on deciding the right thing? Today's leverage Everybody's doing this and that. You don't even sometimes understand, would I build my confidence in this company, or I'm going to build this confidence somewhere else?
That's
So
right.
how do you make the decision? You know how? Just like what I did. And I want to inspire everybody.
You do.
Everything that you do today, your confidence can be shaken. Why? Because there's a lot of temptations.
Yes.
People wants you. People wants to drag you somewhere to get that confidence because they want to build themselves, not you. So what do you make now? What do you do now? And this is just based on my experience and what I know about what I do. You know, Maher, number one to me, with my confidence, I want to share it with a mentor. With my confidence, you know, I want to be coachable. Use that mentor to coach me to a betterment and make me a better person when it comes to confidence. And when I
Absolutely.
learn from that person, hey, I take action. I take action and practice it. Practice because every little thing that you keep to yourself and you practice whatever you're doing now, you maybe on your relationship, maybe on your business, maybe you want to sing, you want to dance, recreation, we all practice because you can never be confident in day one. Little steps make you confident as you go by.
And that's
And
what we said earlier.
commitment
Yeah.
and commitment, committing yourself to that confidence that I'm going to do it. This is how you build confidence with expertise. Choosing the right thing, choosing the right company, choosing the right relationship. But it's not easy. But try to choose the right thing so that setbacks will just be an experience and what you learn. And the confidence can dim you out. Those setbacks can dim you out even though you're oozing with confidence, right? But hey, your confidence is still there. Look around, check yourself, do some check back, do some facts, check your facts, and understand and learn. And that confidence is still there to build you and surround yourself with the right people.
Absolutely. And surrounding yourself with the right people helps also build confidence. So everything you said is almost a summary of our entire session. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. And so beautiful words. And I hope everyone benefited from this session. For those parents on this call, yes, you're not maybe born with confidence, but you as parents can start building your confidence in your children by doing some of those things. Look at me in the eye, walk with confidence. Don't be afraid to ask for your own order. I have my four out of my five kids are on this call, and I'm very proud of each and every one of them. They are all very confident for their age. Malik is on this call, and this kid wasn't shy. So I think this one was born with confidence because he would talk to anybody at any time. But, Alina, Alia, Saeed, very confident kids, very proud of you guys. And I hope that you guys continue developing that confidence and trusting in yourself. And for each and every person on this call today, I know that you guys are all confident. I appreciate and value each and every one of you. I value my relationship with you. And I'm always here for you. Anytime any one of you guys need anything, I'm always here for you. And as confident as I am, like you said earlier, Dr. K, even I have a mentor. Even I have people that I reach out to if I ever have a doubt or a question or just need to continue building on my own confidence. So have a mentor, have people, have a coach, be coachable, continue growing. You guys got this. Don't forget your affirmations. Don't forget your walking, your talking, and you're building your skills. So I wish everyone on this call a very, very blessed day. Thank you for being on this call. I love you all from the heart. Many blessings, and we'll see you next Wednesday at Mindset Matters. Sounds good?
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.